good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you may be. Hope you're well. Glad to see you all back again, whoever's here, if anyone's here. But I hope you're all well. I hope you're all still coping. I hope you're all still looking within, trying to understand that everything starts from us. How do we want to paint and picture ourselves to the world? So hope you're all well. Hope you're not struggling too much. Everyone is struggling in some way, shape, or form. Um, so I often, each day when I do my meditations and my mantras and various different things, I put out to the world that I hope people are coping, are learning, are walking the paths that they all should be walking and learning and doing and everything else like this. And this is another thing that I lead on to, that I was getting into a conversation with someone the other day about labels and categorizing people and putting people in boxes and, like I said, headers and labels and things like this. And it's easy, and it's the organized human nature to put things in its box, and so we can understand who they are and what they are and everything else. But in reality, none of that is that, because we're all unique. So as a medium, as a psychic, as someone who proclaims to talk to the other side or can read your energy and things like that, I can do all that. I can show you. That's why I call myself the universal mechanic. I can show you the tools. I can teach you the tools, things like that. But the decisions of who you are, what you want to be in your life, things like that, they're down to you. They're down to what you want to be. But how can we do that until we know who we are? So we have to remove our programming. We have to remove all the learned behaviors. We have to learn to remove the resentments, frustrations, the angers, the negativities. Clear that all the way and just see ourselves for who we truly are, and love that part of us and be that person, because we're here for a reason. And what's the journey we're on? And only you can answer that. As I've mentioned on the show before and on previous weeks, one of the opening lines for the Gospel of St. Thomas is, the kingdom of God is within you and all around you. So you're God of your own world. What do you want your world to be? How do you want the world to see you? Look at yourself in the mirror, look at yourself in your heart, look at yourself in your soul, in your solar plexus. Just keep looking. How do you want to present yourself? What kind of a picture do you want to present to the world? And you become that person. And that's how we do it. But the only way we can do all those things is, like I say, looking at ourselves, looking at maybe any faults that we may have, any things that we want to rectify, become a better person ourselves, rectify our learned behaviors, our faults, because we all have them. Nobody's perfect. But isn't that part of life? Learning, moving forward. And going off on that, moving forward, I've got Jacqueline in Portsmouth, Virginia, US. How you doing, Jacqueline? Are you okay?
Yes, I'm great. Thank you for asking.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Are you a spiritual person? Do you practice it, or are you a believer?
I think I am.
You
I'm
think
a
you
believer.
are? Right. Maybe that's why I was asking the question, because there's that doubt there. But one thing I wanted to say, and I think I've said this before on previous shows, everybody has this ability. It's the same as anything else. If you pick two young lads and they go and play American football, say, one can be better than the other. And it's the same with this, but everyone has this ability. Everybody can play American football. It just depends on the degree of how good you are, and it depends on how much effort and time and practice and research that you put into it and learning. So I'd definitely say to you, get yourself out there, join any groups that are local to you, especially now since COVID and everyone's gone online a hell of a lot more than what we were before. There's so many groups that are happening, and development groups and various things like that. And in actual fact, I'm actually going to be starting my own development group in the new year. So if you want to join me, Jacqueline, then you're more than welcome. Just message me info@theuniversalmechanic.com and I'll send you the details as and when I've organised it and planned it. But just
Okay.
linking to you and just linking into you and your energy as we speak now, and just as what we're talking about, you say you think you have and all that. I'm getting something's taken your breath away recently because I'm getting an energy that you've had an experience in the last week or two that sort of took your breath away, and you're questioning whether what you saw, what you experienced was real. Can you relate to that?
Maybe.
Because I'm getting like not a shocked feeling. Don't think it's a shock. Don't think you were shocked or whatever, but it's made you
Mm.
question something.
You mean spiritual wise?
I was just going to say on a spiritual level, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think I'm more actually interested than I, was actually putting on. So yes, I agree with that.
Do you understand that it feels like you had an epiphany?
Yeah, I pretty much I can feel. I'm
Yeah. Do you know
confirming
what
that
I
I
mean? It's
can
like
feel.
you experienced something that suddenly gave you, lots of jigsaw pieces all falling into place all at once,
Yeah.
and you have this sudden realization of things. That's part of it all. I'm also being told, because I had the same conversation, I'm being reminded of it now earlier on today with someone. You're the type of lady, Jackie, you can walk into a room and you can tell the atmosphere instantly. You can tell if that moment when you walk in, you go, oh, what have I walked into? Like in the middle of an argument or something. Or you can
Yeah.
walk into a room with various different people, strangers and that, but you can look round each one of them and you can instantly know whether you're going to get on with them or not.
Absolutely, that's correct. Yep. I can either set the tone or I can control some things. I'm getting into my power, so I actually do understand. Gonna start learning tarot and stuff. So yeah.
Go for it. Seriously, as you're saying that, I feel really sort of quite excited for you. So, that's showing that's the path and you're learning and you're discovering, but not just learning new things, but you're also learning stuff about you.
Yeah.
Do you understand? And
I
you
do.
just said it yourself, you're growing into your own power, you're understanding things. And this intuition I talk about, this is what it's all about. It's about
Yeah.
intuition, believing in those feelings, those thoughts, those emotions, those words, those images that you get that come out of nowhere. That you're like, where's that come? Well, that's obviously not mine. So you're connecting and you're developing. Can I say that they are showing me though that it was a few months ago or a couple of years ago, I would say in the last 2 years, something happened in your life that changed the way you looked at things, that made you start looking into this.
Yes. Mhm.
A life experience that made you
Yeah, losing
question.
family members.
Yeah, this is what I was going to get onto. I do believe it was a loss of some kind.
A couple losses.
Yeah,
I
I'm
do
getting a
believe, though. I do believe that like they're still here with us, and I
sorry,
think
Jack.
that's what I just realized.
I understand. Who's the gentleman in spirit, Jackie, that like to have a beer? That I'm just seeing a gentleman, actually a lovely energy, lovely guy, but he liked to have a drink. He's got a can of beer in his hand,
It could be my uncle.
but a bit of a character as well.
Yep, they're all a bit
Do
of
you
a
know what I mean?
character.
And I got to admit, I'm an ex-sailor in the British Royal Fleet Auxiliary services and that, and I could see him being a real good laugh, a real good energy, a
Yes,
real good,
really, really good laugh. Yep, you're absolutely
yeah.
right.
I get. Well, he's saying to me, he's around you. He's
Yeah,
actually saying he's around you a lot. Actually,
I
um,
believe that.
would you understand that he's saying about you that
Oh
you're
yeah,
actually? It's like he's saying to you, um, he's around you a lot because he's saying you lost a little bit of your spark for obvious reasons. We've already covered it earlier. Why? But he said you're starting to get your spark back. Does that make sense? You're starting to get your
yeah,
spark of laughter back, and you're starting to see and laugh at the simple things again.
yeah, yep. Yeah, that's took a toll on me, but I think I'm actually coming into my power now. So yeah.
Yeah, And he's also showing me as well, as much as we're going to change the words, you're coming into your power. Yes, you're right, you're correct, and that's how you understand it. But he's just asked me to correct the words. You're starting to trust and believe in you.
Yes.
Does that make
absolutely.
sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Good. Why is he taking me to around Halloween time, end of October, beginning of November time?
Well, actually, he's taking you around November time because that was his death, actually.
Okay. Just saw that. That was always I got taken to that time of year. He says you still make him laugh by doing stupid things that you don't realise you're doing.
Yeah, I believe that.
Does that make sense? He's not being horrible,
Yeah.
but he's saying you do things, you don't realise they're funny or whatever they are, and you just do them as, because you just do them. But he said, I can stand and just watch you and laugh.
And I can relate with that.
Yeah, okay.
I'm starting my life over, so I can definitely.
Right, okay. I understand why he's brought that up now. He's actually just said, do you understand that's just a part of the natural you, that you can make people laugh? So when he's saying he's in your development and in you growing in your power, about having trust and faith in you, is try and find the love for the natural you and just naturally be you. You don't need to copy anybody else. By you being natural you, where you can make people laugh and brighten people's day, he said that's the gold. That's the bit that you're trying to connect to.
Okay, and I can definitely relate with that. Take all that.
Good.
Thank you.
He said that's the bit that you got to try and aim for.
Well, if you can tell him I love him and miss him.
Oh, you don't need to tell. You say it out. Say it to him yourself, darling. Seriously, he's around you. If you're on your own one night, just sit there and talk to him and say hello, and you will physically feel a warm, the hairs up on your neck, everything else. But it won't be freaky. It won't be scary. It'll be like someone's putting a loving hug around you, and it's lovely.
And I do actually. So thank you. Now I can come and take that as that's the sign.
You're welcome, darling.
Yeah. Thank you. I needed that.
Well, you take care, and I'll speak. Hopefully, I'll speak soon. Take care,
we'll
Jackie.
Connect. Thank you.
You're welcome. See, simple things like that. Everybody's got this ability. It's having that leap of faith, having that choice to take that leap of faith and go and explore. I've got Jamie in Miami in Florida. How you doing, Jamie?
I'm doing good, and yourself?
Good. Are you a spiritual lady? Do you practice it, or are you just a believer? Where are you coming from?
I have a very hard time being sometimes I will, and then sometimes I just feel like totally disconnected.
Do you feel that's more that you though? Do you feel the times when you're disconnected is when they're the times you feel you need them the most?
Yes, I do.
And do you find that those times when you need them the most, that's when there's other stuff going on in your life for whatever reason, and that's when you need them the most? But that's when we slip into our human self, and because we don't get the signs or the love or the help that we assume or expect or picture that we want, and we don't get it that way, we're assuming that we're disconnected. Does that make sense? I do feel you telling me, I do feel that disconnection with you, but I'm being shown in a loving way that it's that fight you have between your spiritual self and your human mind. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
And believe me on this, I've been there, done it, got the t-shirt. I still struggle with it. The human mind it's a powerful tool. It's a very powerful tool, but it can also be our worst enemy, because when we get triggered or when we have negative things going on around us, it can create an energy in us that our brain will go, oh, I remember this energy. This bad thing happened when, the brain can't distinguish between bad and good. It will just go, oh, that energy, I recognize that. This happened when I felt that before. So that's where it triggers you.
Yes, it does.
Does that make sense? And
yes.
we need to build our strength and our self-discipline to have that awareness in our own mind that when these things are happening and we're getting frustrated that things aren't going our way, or I can't resolve things, or I'm losing things, or I'm losing people, or whatever, we have to sit, we have to meditate, we have to bring our energy back to ourselves, bring our energy down and connect to spirit and ask them, what's going on? Please show me. And then be open to what's showing you and don't have any expectations of what to see. And then you'll see, have that trust and faith in spirit, in God, whatever is your higher power, and let it unfold naturally. And you'll be quite surprised about how things happen.
I'm not sure I'm not sure I believe in God or higher power, or
Go on, go ahead. Sorry.
No, keep on, go.
All I'm saying is, if you think about it, how do you see God, spirit, the higher power helping you out when you feel disconnected? How do you see them helping out? Do you see them helping you out by helping to provide financial stability, by making somebody else come to you and apologize to you, or, fix a car that's broken down? How do you see spirit, the higher power, actually helping you?
Financially, or
Okay.
when I'm lost somewhere and I don't know where I'm going, that I'm disoriented, I'll ask. Or if I need a question to, let's say, like my mom that's going blind, they'll give me some guidance.
I understand. Well, as you're talking there, I was reminded of a film scene. It's in the film Evan Almighty, and it's with Morgan Freeman, and he's talking to Evan Almighty's wife. There's a story, and it says, if someone approaches God and asks God for courage, do you think he gives them courage, or do you think he gives them the opportunity to be courageous? If someone approaches God and asks for love, do you think God gives them love and fills them with warm, fuzzy feelings, or do you think he gives the opportunity to love and be loved? And I think sometimes we as humans can fall into the trap of, if I went to a fellow human and I asked for help, they could give me practical help. They could loan me money. They could give me a bed to sleep in. They could give me food to eat. They can give me practical help. But if we're asking the higher power for help, like you said, some extra financial stability, look around and see, are there opportunities to earn more money? Are opportunities coming your way to earn more money, or to change your job to get a higher paid job? It's things like that that we sometimes can miss and not join the dots together. Now, sadness also, when we have a lot of things going on, stress, worry, sadness, grief, all these various things that we have can lower our vibration. So when our vibration lowers and we start feeling sad, depressed, down, and not happy, then we will miss those opportunities that spirit or our higher power are bringing into our lives. And we're missing the opportunities that they may be and how they can resolve our issues, whatever they may be. Or at the very least, to find that energy of peace, just to know that even bad things happen and that they're meant to happen for a reason. And to find peace in that is divine in itself. So I don't know if you heard me last week, Jamie, but I'm being shown that during the day, if you're struggling and you're getting stressed, you're getting worried, and you feel like the energy in you is getting too powerful and too strong and you're struggling, take yourself into a room where no one else is around and just sit down quietly and just close your eyes and take 3 long deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth, and you will find it will instantly calm you down. It will make you feel a little bit better, and chances are you will feel that connection back to the higher power again. I'm getting the feeling it's not your fault. It's not, so don't sit there and go, it's my fault or I've done wrong. You haven't done anything wrong. I think you just need to learn a new way to try and get past your own human mind when extra strong things are happening or bad things are happening or negative things are happening. But I do get the feeling that you've had some opportunities or some signs come your way, but they weren't spotted or whatever because they may have been too subtle, or other things were going on and you didn't quite see them. But I do get the feeling that opportunities will come your way and are going to come your way, even to the point of earning extra money, various things. I do get a feeling as regards to mum, when I feel a link with your mum, when you talk about your mum going blind and that, I do feel that there's an older lady stood beside your mum. She's with your mum all the time, and this older lady has got either white hair or very light blonde hair, and it's quite short. I would say no further than the shoulders, maybe even higher than that to the cheek level. But there's a lady and she's wearing a dark coloured jumper or cardigan. And she's wearing a black dress past her knees, a black pleated dress, and I'm seeing her and she stood next to your mum, or a lady that I'm assuming is your mum. Are you still there, Jamie?
Yes, I am.
Sorry, I got taken over a bit and I was sort of waffling on, so I hope you could take all what I've just said, but I just felt that was like, I had to say what I said.
Could it be her mother? Or my grandmother?
I do feel that there's a maternal, definitely on your mother's side or your mother's side. So yes, it could be your grandmother.
Billie Jane.
Yeah, I do feel it's like your grandmother, so that would be her mother. But she's with your mum all the time. I'm just being told. I don't know how right or wrong I am, and please don't take this the wrong way, but I'm just being shown that the sight, the blindness thing, they're saying that's physically her body failing, if that makes sense. Her eyes are just failing, is what I mean by that.
Yes.
Not a whole body. I'm just still talking about her eyes are failing, and there's not much that can be do. But I just heard the words though, but she can see in other ways.
Yeah,
is your
she
mum
can.
lady?
Yeah,
I'm being
very
shown that
difficult.
I'm being shown that your mum has spiritual connections as well, that she actually sees things or hears things that she may not always talk about.
No, she doesn't at all. She doesn't talk, like she'll preach on me on the Lord of Lord, and that she feels like her dead sister, her mom, but she doesn't talk about it a lot with me.
Right.
She knows I believe in those stuff, but she just doesn't talk to me about a lot about those things.
Have you tried having the conversation with her about this subject?
Mm-hmm.
I'm being shown.
Yeah.
Why don't you bring up the subject with her and actually start the conversation with her? Hey, mum, and just start a conversation with her.
Yeah, that would work.
I'm being shown have a conversation with her about this subject, because I get the feeling your mum gets a lot more than what she says, and you've just confirmed that. So I think you'll be quite surprised with what she'll come out with.
Yeah. Yeah, she was. She's a very intuitive woman. Very intuitive woman.
Why is Spirit showing me you lighting a candle?
I light a candle for my mom.
Well, there you go. They're showing me. They're seeing you. They're seeing you lighting the candles. They're letting you know. They confirm we're seeing you. We're with you. We're doing what we can.
Wow, you're good.
So
yeah,
have faith and love in having that confirmation. You know, I said to you, Spirit just showed me you're lighting candles, and you said, yeah, I light candles for my mum and things like that. So Spirit letting you know, we see you do that. We're with you. You know, you're not disconnected. We're never disconnected from Spirit. It's us that creates that disconnection. It's our human mind. Our soul sits in our stomach. Listen to that silent voice, that knowing, that love in your heart, that compassion. Feel that energy. So if you're feeling disconnected, connect to your heart and connect to your stomach where your soul sits. Connect to your intuition and feel Spirit, and imagine and open up your mind's eye and your crown chakra and learn your chakras and learn all about energy and bring it all forward. And trust me, you'll feel that connection back again.
Yeah, I'm going to start actually doing that tonight.
Do it for yourself, Jamie, because as much as your intention is you want to do it for other people, for your mum, to heal people and be nice and all that, and that's wonderful and that's commendable. But you also need to spend some time for yourself, mentally and emotionally. You know, connect to Spirit, allow, you know, God, Spirit, whoever your higher power is, to lift those negative energies off you, to give you the support you need, the encouragement, the strength and the emotional support you need to deal with what you've got to deal with. You know, and to do that, you need to give yourself some time, give yourself some love. Go and get your hair done, go and get your nails done, do something just nice for you, make yourself feel good as well. It's not just about everybody else, because if we think of ourselves as a glass of water, every time we do something for somebody else, we're taking a sip out of that glass, and eventually that glass of water becomes empty. So you need to top yourself up. So be kind to you, be nice to you, meditate, learn how to chill out, learn how to deal with things calmly. Go and get your nails done, go and get your hair done, and make yourself feel good. Okay, Jamie?
You're right. Okay. All right.
You take care, sweetheart. I hope to speak to you again soon. Please call back and just let me know, or email me at info@theuniversalmechanic.com, and just let me know how you're going on. I also always like to know how I got on. But I need to cut off now. I'm running out of time. But thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining me again this week, and I hope to see you next week. As we continue on our journey to know that everything in this life, everything we want, everything we want to be, is all down to us. We have to take self-responsibility for ourselves. So thank you again. Namaste. See you all soon. Take care. Bye-bye.